and do the organization of the clothing closet.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's special call, amended agenda, Muskogee City Council, September 25th, 2025. First, we'll have our invocation by the Vice Mayor, Derek Reed.
Dear Lord, once again, we just come thanking you for all you've done for us. Thank you for blessing us to see another day. Just ask that you would come into the room tonight and rest on us as we have to make decisions for our community. Let all that we do be in your will and in your way. These and many other blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mayor. Pledge to the flags. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we'll have the state salute. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma, its symbols of peace unite all people. Roll call, please.
Mayor Patrick Cale.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Tracy Hoos.
Here.
Shirley Hilton Flannery.
Here.
Melody Cranford.
Here.
Dan Hall. Tom Martindale.
Here.
Mike Frawley.
Here.
Okay. Item number 1, please.
Hold a public hearing and consider approval of ordinance number 4275A, an ordinance annexing 171.324 acres of territory adjacent to the city limits of the city of Muskogee, Oklahoma, being located in the northwest section 15, township 14 north, range 18 east of the Indian Base and Meridian, and the southwest section 15, township 14 north, range 18 east of the Indian Base and Meridian, and the northeast section 15, township 14 north, range 18 east of the Indian Base Meridian, Muskogee County, state of Oklahoma, to the city of Muskogee, Oklahoma, said properties being legally described in the background information of this agenda item, with approval of the proposed service plan attached as Exhibit B, adding repealer and severability, setting an effective date, and establishing an emergency or take other necessary action.
Ms. Bodenhammer?
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance.
Excuse me. Let me formally open this meeting.
Thank you.
The meeting is now open.
And we've opened the public hearing.
Yes.
Thank you. So to present this item, this is an annexation ordinance to annex in the properties south of other recently annexed property in the John T. Griffin Industrial Park. It includes 6 parcels which abut the city limits on 2 sides. They are contiguous to the city of Muskogee corporate limits. It takes in 6 parcels owned by the City County Port Authority, OG&E, Core Scientific, and Polaris Technologies. There's a map on the wall that outlines all of those. The areas where you see the red arrows have already been annexed into the city, and then at the top of the map above that is Daltile, which has also already been annexed into the city. To the left of OG&E, where the 2 red arrows are, is Scissortail area. That was just recently annexed. This annexation was authorized by the governing body of the city of Muskogee in Resolution 3052, which was passed on September the 8th, 2025, and called for a public hearing on the 25th of September, 2025. Public notices were published in the local newspaper on September 10th, 2025, and we have received no comments on the service plan, so we would ask, in addition to passing the ordinance tonight, that the service plan be approved. That can be negotiated with property owners if something comes up on that. We are also asking for a declaration of an emergency, as this has to do with the health, safety, and public welfare of our citizens. The City of Muskogee, under 11 OS 21-101, has the authority to change municipal limits by adding to the municipality territory adjacent or contiguous to its corporate limits, and increase or diminish the corporate limits as the governing body deems desirable for the benefit of the municipality. Notice was published on September the 10th, providing notice to all owners. They were sent by first-class mail per the county treasurer's list. We also sent several by certified mail and did a personal posting on the property of Polaris in addition to that. We have attached an affidavit of mailing as Exhibit C and our service packet on personal service as Exhibit D. Our affidavit of mailing lists out all the mailings that were made by Leslie Arnold of my office, and she personally took all the items to the post office. I personally helped her view and stuff all the envelopes, so we know all of those mailings are accurate. The properties being annexed are listed, all their legal descriptions are being listed. The zoning classifications that are being used right now by these properties under state law 11 OS 44-107.1 will come in as what's called a legal non-conforming use, meaning if they are using it, if they are industrial users, their property will continue to be industrial. If they're agriculture, they'll continue to be agricultural. And then we have up to a year to go ahead and rezone these properties. So that it should not cause any concern for any of the property owners because their use may continue as it is. This annexation of the property will redound to the benefit of the city. We have a map that's up on the wall. We've also published that map and sent a notice of that map to all the property owners. We have provided for repeal or severability and an emergency. And happy to answer any questions about that, and then I'll go on to the service plan. There's no questions on that. We have an annexation proposal service plan incorporating the property that we're talking about annexing to the city with a planning and zoning. The land use classifications include residential, agriculture, and commercial. We will seek designation of I-1 light or L1 light industrial to all the properties being annexed, taking into consideration the existing land use. And this was contemplated in the 2012 future land use map and the 2013 ordinance related to the same. Again, any existing land use which does not comply with the designated zoning will be considered legal non-conforming and allowed to continue. Very few of the properties have been platted. Most of them won't meet the minimum requirements needed for platting. The services that are planned to be used in the area are Code Enforcement Division to enforce city ordinances in reference to derelict structures, dilapidated property, weeds and grass, and trash. For the first couple of years, the enforcement will be on a compliant basis. Thereafter, we will issue code violation. Cost for services vary depending on the types of services. We have those listed in the service plan. We will provide police protection. Upon annexation, the Muskogee Police Department will be the primary responders. And we will disperse the same equipment and manpower that we have right now. In the future, we may need to increase that, but at that time, this cost would be unknown. The same thing for the fire department. Upon annexation, the service plan calls for the Muskogee Fire Department to become the primary fire protection agency for this area. Considering this area is all industrial, we believe that this will greatly benefit out there. If there are any fires, we will have at least 3 pumpers, 1 ladder truck, and a rescue truck to respond to any structure fires and help with grass, trash, and refuse fires. Outside burning in these areas will be prohibited upon annexation as per city ordinance. No additional personnel or equipment are needed at this time, but as the park expands and we take in these parcels, we may need to, in the future, bring in additional personnel and trucks, and those are at cost to be determined. We have estimated the cost for the Muskogee Fire Department for single alarms and for commercial alarms for apparatus and personnel at $507.28 per hour for personnel, $3,000 per hour for apparatus, depending on what kind of trucks that we need, if they're ladder trucks, pumper trucks, that type of thing. The water service, we are providing water and sewer. The lines vary in size from 6 inches to 12 inches. The city will be responsible for maintaining these lines upon annexation and laying any new lines that are necessary if the city deems it's necessary. Our total water distribution maintenance cost annually is about $10,211. The cost to supply water annually is $6,901.880. I can't say numbers. $691,880. Sanitary service is being provided by a 12-inch line. Again, these will be looked at. We will have to service those and possibly upgrade those or add additional lines in the future. The cost of collecting and treating sewage annually is $350,000. Now, a lot of this is paid for, some of this is paid for through water bills and sewer bills on the outside water rates. Upon annexation, all these industrial areas who are paying outside water rates will then begin paying city water rates for within city limits, so their water costs will be reduced substantially. The street department has a variety of streets that we're bringing in that consist of concrete and gravel. Per statute, we have to maintain those in their current condition, but we may be upgrading some of those roads. The total street maintenance cost estimated now to keep them in as-is condition is $18,906. Again, if we pave some of those gravel roads or add gravel and dirt roads, those costs will increase. The Sanitation Division of the Public Works Department enforces the ordinances that require refuse collection to all residences, and this will include those areas out there. There is no additional cost to the city for expanding into this area. We do have the poly carts and containers in our pre-existing stockpile. As those wear out, those will have to be replaced. The Environmental Control Department will come in and provide services. The estimated annual cost for material and labor is $1,320. Upon annexation, all areas will be subject to stormwater fees in accordance with the fee schedule listed in Appendix A of the City of Muskogee Code of Ordinances. This plan has been proposed and sets forth the times that the City of Muskogee considers to be a reasonable time to implement the service plan, and this time will be confirmed and modified at the public hearing today as set forth in the ordinance. The plan may be negotiated may be amended at any time through negotiation at the hearing. And the city will also, of course, be reasonable about negotiation if practical after, if the annexation occurs. I'm happy to answer any questions on the service plan.
Thank you. At this time, we have a citizen that would like to speak, Mr. Dan Chepkowskis. And if you would just mention your name.
Yes, my name is Dan Chepkowskis. I reside here in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Well, here we are again. This has been going on a long time, and I tried to think of the best way to actually present this rather than laying things out as we did before. And then, of course, we get into situations where maybe you don't trust my credibility or what I'm saying, so I'll go at a little different angle here. As you know, as this all started, Polaris always maintained that they were never notified that this was going to be coming into the city limits. They had no knowledge. When they came in here, they asked for certain things, adequate water, adequate electricity. They looked for manpower, and they wanted to be outside the city limits, which is what most companies do when they come in and they locate. The city has maintained, along with the port, that this has always been known, and it was known to everybody. And Polaris knew about this, or should have known. That was the position. And so, with that being said, I guess I'd like to ask maybe all of you a question, and you don't have to answer it, but just think about it, because you're getting ready to go on record for this vote and what it's going to do, the implications to the city, the citizens, and our tax revenues. Would it surprise you, or would you change your mind as far as whether Polaris knew if you found out that maybe the county didn't know that this was going to come into the city limits? And I say that, and I just ask you to go back and do your due diligence and do a little research. I know that the city has maintained since, I think, 2012, this has always been part of the master plan. And if that be said, then the master plan you would think would be shared with everybody and everyone would know about it. But in April of last year, the county of Muskogee entered in and started a TIF district, a county TIF district. And if you'll go back and read the documents associated with it, it says in the document very clearly that there was no anticipation that any of this would go on, the annexation or any material changes in this. The county would never have opened a county TIF, and used ad valorem dollars to go out and develop the infrastructure if they were just doing it for the city and then come away. So all I ask for you to do is go pull up the document. It was signed by the city, I believe it was April of 2024. The verbiage that I told you is in the document. It makes it very clear. So if the county is not aware of it, then how in the world can we expect that maybe someone coming in here that's looking for county property that would know about it? So I'm asking you to go take the time, read the document. The TIF is still in place at this point. Read the document and see if what I'm saying is true. In the meantime, I'm asking you just tap the brakes. You don't want to go down this road and go on and cast a vote when it's actually counterintuitive to growth and integrity of the city. It makes us look like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing when we do these things. And I understand, we've all got lives. You guys are up there and you're trying to do the very best job you can. And it's hard to know all of the documents that go on because there have been council members that have been on here and sat before you and documents signed and agreements made. But this is something that's relatively new. And it's something that actually is something that actually makes a difference in the material argument this. Because if the county didn't know, then how can we rightfully think that Polaris knew? So with that, I thank you.
Thank you. With that, we'll close the public hearing. And it looks like we're going to need two motions on this item. The first one will need to be approval of this ordinance 4275-A.
And sir, that includes Exhibit B, the service plan.
Thank you.
I do have a question. Do we have to have a second public hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Statute calls for one.
Okay.
If we were doing a zoning change, we would need two.
Okay. That's where I was confused.
And after that vote, we'll need to declare an emergency. Does any of the council members have any questions? Okay. Can I have a motion on approval of the ordinance number 4275-A?
Make a motion that we approve ordinance 4275A and the service plan.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley,
Yes.
Tom Martindale,
Yes.
Melody Cranford,
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery,
Yes.
Tracy Hoos,
Yes.
Jamie Stout,
No.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed,
Yes.
Mayor Patrick Kell.
Yes. Item passes. Next, we'll need a declaration of declaring an emergency.
Make a motion that we declare an emergency.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mike Brawley,
Yes.
Tom Martindale,
Yes.
Melody Cranford,
Yes.
Shirley Hilton Flannery,
Yes.
Tracy Hoos,
Yes.
Jamie Stout,
No.
Deputy Mayor Derek Reed,
Yes.
Mayor Patrick Kell.
Yes. Item passes. And that's all for this evening. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
The appointment of Angela Wilson to the Street Improvement Advisory Board to fill the expiring term of Lori Thompson beginning October 1, 2025, and ending on September 30, 2030, or take other necessary action.
Councilor Cranford.
Yes, I think that Angela will make a great asset to this advisory board, so I do ask that you approve this.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Mike Brawley.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Melody